Good morning, KG1. How are you today? Today we're going to review together the sounds that we have already studied. We will read the story together, sing the song, and then see what words start with that sound. Okay, are you ready to start? Yes, let's get starting. The first story we have, it's for a boy who went out with his dog for a walk. While they were walking in the grass, they heard a s sound. The dog was very frightened and it started to bark. When the dog barked, a big snake came out of the grass and it moved away very quickly with a s sound. Okay, so what sound did they hear? S. Very good. And then when they did that, when they heard that sound, the boy started to sing. What did the boy say? The snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass, s, s, the snake is in the grass. Very good, so let's listen to the song together.
The snake is in the grass, the snake is in the grass, s, s, the snake is in the grass.
Okay, so what is the sound, KG1? Yes, it's s. Okay, the name of the letter is S. However, whenever we say it, what sound shall we do? Yes, it's S. Very good. So this is the capital S here. This is the capital one, and this is the small one. So let's say them again. This is the capital S, and this is the small S. Very good. Now we want to write this S. How will we write them? Do you remember our three lines? The upper line, the middle line, and the bottom line. Okay, so now let's see, how do we write this S sound? For the capital one, we're going to start with a curve to the upper line, then curve to the left, and curve to the right. Okay, what about the small S? We're going to start from the middle line with a curve, then curve to the left, curve to the right. Very good, KG1. As you can see, the small S, it's the very same as the big S, but it's only a bit smaller. Okay, very good, KG1. Now, let's see, what words start with the sound S? The first one is sun. So, S, sun. Very good. What else? We have S, sandwich. S, sandwich, yes. We also have star. So it's S, star. Very good. What else do we have? Oh yes, we have this socks. So these are called socks. We wear them every day to school, right? So it's S, socks. Very good. And the last word we have for today is salad. So it's S, salad. Okay? And this was the end of the sound S. So let's say goodbye S, and let's see what it will be the next story. Okay, what do we have here? We have a family, a mother, a father, and a girl, a boy. They went out for a picnic. Okay, when they sat down and started to eat their food, can you see the food here? It's on the ground. When they started to eat, the girl felt that something was walking on her arms. And when she looked at her arms, she started to scream, "Ah, ah, ants on my arm. Ah, ah, ants." Okay, the boy here, her brother, he was watching her, and they started to sing together. What did they say, KG1? Ah, ah, ants on my arm. Ah, ah, ants on my arm. Ah, ah, ants on my arm. They're causing me alarm. Okay, so let's listen to the song together.
Ah, ah, ants on my arm. Ah, ah, ants on my arm. Ah, ah, ants on my arm. They're causing me alarm.
Okay, so KG1, what is the sound? Yes, it's A. A. Here is the capital A, and this is the small a. The name of this letter is A, but whenever we say it, what sound shall we say? Yes, ah. Very good. So, what sound is this again? It's ah. Now, we want to write this ah. How do we write it? We're going to start with the capital A first. So, we're going to go from the upper line with a slanted line to the left, then slanted line to the right, and then across. Okay, what about the small a? We're going to start from the middle line with a circle all the way down to the bottom line, then down again. Very good, KG1. So now we wrote together the capital A and the small a. Now, let's see, what words start with the sound A? Yes, apple. So it's a, apple. Very good. What else do we have? Alligator. A, alligator. Alligator, that's a big animal that lives in the water. It's called alligator. And alligator starts with a. What else do we have? We have ant. So it's a ant. This is a very small insect that lives in the grass. Okay, so it's a ant. Very nice. And the last word for today is arrow. So it's a arrow. Very good, KG1. Okay, so that was the end of the sound a. So what will we say to a? We're going to say goodbye, a. And let's see our next story. This story is talking about a boy and a girl. They were playing tennis. Okay, can you see they have their tennis rackets in their hands, and here's the ball. They were playing tennis, and whenever the ball hits the racket, they would hear a t sound. What sound did they hear? T. And they had their friends here. They were watching them, and when they were watching them, they would move their heads from one side to another with the ball. Okay, so what sound did they do while moving their heads? It's t. Can you say it after me? T. Very good. And then they started to sing. What did they say? They said, when I watch the tennis game, t, 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 t. When I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth. Okay, so let's listen to the song together.
When I watch the tennis game, when I watch the tennis game, my head goes back and forth.
Okay, so KG1, what is this sound? Yes, it's T. What is this sound again? T. This is the capital T, or the big one, and this is the small t. The name of the letter is T. However, whenever we say it, what sound shall we say? Yes, it's T. Very good, KG1. Now, we want to write this T. Do you remember how do we write it? Let's do it together. Okay, so we're going to start with the capital T first, and then the small t. Okay, so for the capital T, we're going to start from the upper line, do a straight line down to the bottom line, and then across on the upper line. Very good. What about the small t? We're going to go down to the bottom line, do a small curve, and then across. Oh, you're very clever, KG1. That's very nice. Now, let's see. What words start with the sound T? We have tomato. You know this tomato, it's a very nice vegetable that we put in the salad. It's called tomato. So it's T, tomato. Very good. What else do we have? Yeah, table. So this is called table. T, table. Very good. There is also tree, starts with T. Very good. So it's T, tree. Very nice. What else starts with T? Tiger. T, tiger. This big animal here, it's called tiger. So it's T, tiger. The last word that starts with T is telephone. T, telephone. Very good. So this was the end of the sound T. We're going to say goodbye T, And now let's move on to our next story. What will it say? What do we have here? We have here, this is a mouse. It's a small mouse who ran away from its cage. Can you see the cage here? And then it ran out very quickly and it knocked away this ink bottle. So the ink fell down on the desk and it spread all over the desk. Even some drops of the ink came over the mouse. Can you see here? There's the ink. There's the ink on the mouse. Okay. When the mouse saw that there was ink on its back, it started to do an I sound. So what sound did the mouse do? I, I, I. Very good. Now the boy was watching that and the boy started to sing. What did the boy say? The boy started to sing, Inky the mouse is my pet. She spilled the ink and got wet. The ink is spread all over the desk. Inky's wet. Let's listen to it together.
Inky the mouse is my pet. She spilled the ink and got wet. The ink is spread all over the desk. Inky's wet.
Very good. Okay, KG1. So what is this sound? Yes, it's I. What is the sound again? It's I. The name of the letter is I. However, whenever we say it, what sound shall we say? Very good. I. Here is the capital I, the big one, and this is the small I. Okay? Now, we want to write this I. Do you remember how do we do it? Let's do them together. Okay, so we're going to start with the capital I. We're going to do a straight line down from the upper line and then across on the upper line, across on the bottom line. What about the small I? We're going to do a straight line down from the middle line and then a dot. Oh, very clever, KG1. You still remember that. I'm very happy with you. Now, let's see, KG1. What words start with the sound I? We have igloo. Igloo, it's a home for the people who live in very cold weather, so they stay in this house, in this igloo, to keep warm. Okay, so it's igloo. Very good. What else do we have? Yes, it's ink. 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 Very good. And the last word that starts with is insect. Insect. Very good, KG1. Okay, so that was the end of the sound I. We're going to say goodbye I, and let's move on to our next story. Okay, in this story there was this little boy over here. It was his birthday, so his mother made for him a very nice pink cake for his birthday, and she put candles in the cake. Okay, the boy wanted to puff out the candles, so to do that he would do the sound P. So what sound did the boy do to blow out the candles? P. Very good, KG1. All his friends around him, they were very happy to do that and to see the boy puff out the candles, so they started to sing for him. What did they sing? They say, puff out the candles on the pink cake. P, 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 p. Puff out the candles on the pink cake. Puff, puff, puff. Let's listen to the song together.
Puff out the candles on the pink cake. Puff, 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 puff. Puff out the candles on the pink cake. Puff, puff, puff.
Very nice. Okay, so what is this sound, KG1? Yes, it's P. Very good. P. This is the capital P, and this is the small p. Okay, the name of the letter is P. However, whenever we say it, what sound shall we say? Yes, very good. P. Very good, KG1. Now, we want to write this P sound. How do we write it? Let's see together. We're going to start with the capital P. We're going to start from the upper line down with a straight line and then do a curve. Very good. So it's down and then curve. What about the small p? We're going to start from the middle line down, and then we're going to do a small curve. Very good. So the small p is the same as the capital P, but it's just a bit smaller. Okay? Very good, KG1. Now, let's see. What words start with the sound P? There is pencil. So it's P, pencil. Very good. What else starts with P? Yes, pizza. P, pizza. Very good. What else starts with P? Pan. P, pan. Okay, this is what Mama used in the kitchen to cook, right? So it's P, pan. Very good. What else starts with P? Pineapple. It's a fruit called pineapple. Very nice. What other words starts with P? Popcorn. P, popcorn. Very good, KG1. So now we finished the sound P as well. So we're going to say goodbye P, and we're going to move on to the next story. In this story, we have this little girl. She went with her grandfather fishing. Okay, can you see this is their fishing rod? And then while they were doing their fishing, they heard a very loud sound. What sound did they hear? Very good. Okay, they looked up in the sky and they found this aeroplane doing that sound. So what sound did the aeroplane do? Yes, it did the sound. The girl got so excited and she started to run, holding her hands out like the aeroplane and doing the sound While running, she started to sing. What did the girl sing? She said, "Hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, hear the aeroplane, making lots of noise." So let's listen to the song together.
Hear the airplane, hear the airplane, hear the airplane, making lots of noise.
Very nice. Okay, so what is the sound, KG1? It's very good. The letter name is N. However, whenever we see it, what sound shall we do? Yes, okay, this is the capital N, or the big one, and this is the small N. Very good. Now, we want to write this N sound. Okay, how will we do it? We're going to start with the capital N first. We're going to start from the upper line down to the bottom line, and then from the upper line again we're going to do a slanted line to the right, and then up again to the upper line. Okay, what about the small N? We're going to start from the middle line down, and then curve to the top and down. Very good, KG1. Did you do that with me? Yes, you're very clever. Now, let's see. What words start with the sound There is nuts, so it's nuts. There is also number 9. Remember 9? So it's 9. Very good. There is this nail. This is called nail. Okay. We also have nurse. It starts with so it's nurse. Nurse is this lady who works in a hospital with the doctors to make people feel well. So it's nurse. Very good. What else starts with it's nest. Nest. Nest, this is the home for the birds. That's where they keep their eggs. It's called nest. So it's nest. Very good, KG1. Okay, and by this we have finished the sound Let's say goodbye And now let's see, what sounds did we review together here? We started with the S. Very good. And then, what is this? Yeah, it's A. So we did this first, and then we did the A. Okay, what else did we review today? Yes, what is this sound? Do you remember it? Yeah, it's T. Good, KG1. And then we reviewed the I sound, yes, and then we reviewed the P sound, and last, what did we do? What sound did we do? It's the N sound. Very good, KG1. Okay, so let's say them together. This was the S, A, T, I, P, N. Very good, KG1. Okay, so we're going to stop here today. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll come to you later with the rest of the sound that we have studied. Thank you very much, KG1, and see you later. Goodbye, KG1.